I'd like to call this meeting to order. First, I'd like to announce that this meeting is being recorded and ask if there's anyone in the audience who is also recording this meeting. Seeing none, if we could rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item is public comment, and we have no one who has signed up for public comment. We have a 7:05 hearing. I think we're a couple minutes out on that. So let me see what we can move up.
Make a motion that we move up 6A3, gift acceptances.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. Under gift acceptance, we have to the Fire Department gift account from Celia Corporation, $100, and to the Fire Department from Victor Tracy, to the Fire Department gift account in the amount of $50.
Motion to accept with gratitude.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. To the Police Department, we have from McDonald's, $100.
Motion to accept with gratitude.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. Are we at 7:05?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Move up, motion move up item 6A2.
So move. Oh, yes, second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. Before you, and we have an updated list that was just given to us tonight. We have the list of annual license renewals. They were sent to the Development Department and Treasurer Collector for review. There are no issues on the list as presented tonight. And if we have a motion to approve, we would need to include the additional language that we provided at the last meeting regarding motor vehicle class 1 and 2 licenses. Is there a motion?
So moved.
So the motion would be to approve the license renewals and the language which includes the conditions on the renewals from the last meeting.
Correct.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I have
Mr.
a
Holstrom.
Question. Just that we received this revised list tonight, just a brief summary of what the changes were. Were there many changes, or?
There were additional licensees that
That
came in
came
and
in.
paid what they owed today and provided their forms between Friday and today.
Although the license applications were in and the fees, there were still some outstanding issues on a couple of the license. They came in and paid any of those outstanding fees owed to the town, so they're current, so there are no issues.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. So also regarding the annual license renewals, we have one meeting next week on the 30th. All license renewals are due by the 31st. I'd entertain a motion to send a letter to the maybe 10 or 12 license renewals that have not come in, advising them that if they don't get their license renewals in by the end of the year, number one, they'll be operating without a license, and they'll be required to come before this board, and it will no longer be a renewal, it will be a new application. Just so that they have notice that if we send it on the 30th next week, that letter will be too late. They'll already be operating without a license.
I make a motion, we send a letter to those that have not called for renewal and make that known to them.
Okay. Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. And we should be at 7:05? Thank you. We have a hearing for an above-ground storage license, 3,000 gallons of propane at 273 Washington Street for Inland Harbors Realty LLC. Is there a motion to open the hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of opening the
Aye.
hearing?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. We have an application. Is the applicant here? No. Okay. The application and documents have been reviewed by the fire chief. You have comments in your packet. It was properly advertised. Does the board wish to move forward with the hearing or hold it?
Based on board policy, it calls for them to be present on an application for a license, and that we move it to our January meeting.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second to hold this, continue it
the
till
hearing.
January 30th?
Till January 30th? or-
I'm sorry, December 30th. I'm already jumping into the new year.
We have a meeting on the 30th?
We do.
Oh, we do. We've
Yep. So we'll continue it to
30th.
December 30th.
Continue, and then also to make a notice to them that we have been continued.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. There are no board communications. Under Board of Selectmen items, under general items, we have an update of the status of repairs for the Century Sportsman's Club. As you recall, we had a report on that at our last meeting. Is there someone here from the, if you could come up to the podium, please? Give your name and address for the record, and if you want to just give us an update. Good evening.
Frank Height, treasurer of the Century Sportsman's Club. My son, the bar manager, is also here because you guys are holding up our liquor license on this. I reside at 165 Wildwood Ave in Worcester, Mass. We received notice with some violations on it from the building inspector. I received it in the mail on December 2nd. Some other members had, I guess, talked with him and knew of some of the issues. So on that date, we signed a construction contract with a licensed contractor to rebuild the fire escape on the side of the building. A permit has been issued for that work, and that work has started. It got held up a little bit by the single-digit temperatures, and he was trying to pour concrete footings. Those footings are in now, and the construction should be finishing up fairly quickly. All of the interior work that he asked for has been completed. The kitchen hood was inspected and certified today. It did need some repairs. Those repairs were made and is now certified. The only other thing that's outstanding was there were some electrical repairs that he wanted done in a storage closet. It's a locked room, not accessible to the public. Those are still outstanding, but we expect to have that done in the next week or so. I did meet with the inspector last Thursday, and you should have a note from him that he was happy with our progress so far.
Okay. Mr. Bernie, do you have something you could add from your department?
Yeah, I did
Thank you, Mr.
speak
Byrne.
with both Chris Lund and Nick Antanovica, and I actually have Century Sportsman's Club's annual inspection certificate for them. So they're pleased with the progress they've made. The electrical they consider minor. It's really just tying up a few loose ends. As he said, it's in a locked room, and the progress on the exit construction is moving along at a pace that they feel is consistent with what you would expect between single-degree weather and snow. And I think Frank had indicated to Chris that basically January they don't have any events going on, so it looks as if they'll have plenty of time to ensure that that is completed before they really ramp up their rental schedule again.
Okay. So this board approved their license conditionally on this updated report. Could you just provide us with something once the work is complete so that just we can,
Yes, yes,
close the
we
issue on
certainly
this,
will, yeah.
this license?
And I think that the issuance of the annual certificate of inspection shows that they've made significant progress and that the building division is pleased with what they've done and that they've met all of the life safety issue concerns that they had, and that it shouldn't further hold up their liquor license. And in our opinion, if you folks have a separate opinion, that's clearly your prerogative.
Do the board have any questions or comments?
I
Mr.
do have one
Holmstrom.
question. Through the chair, I know that this egress issue with the life safety was in the back, and it's probably not going to be completed, but is there going to be an egress out that back where they're working now if they do have an event over the course of the holidays?
Yes, the new structure is slightly larger, and so the footings are outside the footprint of the existing structure. And I talked with the inspector, and he said, you know, until we were actually ready to come up and attach it, that the old structure could stay in place and needed to stay in place. So we understand that we're not allowed to hold functions without either the old one or the new one. So the changeover from the old to the new will be fairly quick. It was a matter mainly of getting the footings in the ground and getting the cement poured and backfilled and all of that. The actual hammers and nails won't take that long.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
What he said.
So, you know, it's been one of the board's goals this year to be sure that all our license holders were in compliance with all the conditions and met all, you know, any issues with any department. So we appreciate your coming in and giving us this update.
Yeah, we're going to ask if we
Oh,
can
you got to go up to the microphone.
We would like to request that we get inspected a little earlier in the year, maybe October next year, so we don't end up overlapping with license renewals. If we can take care of any issues, if he finds anything, hopefully there aren't any, but we'd rather do it sooner in the year rather than later,
Yeah.
so.
And just check in with his department probably in October, and I'm sure he's happy to work with you.
Yeah, and I think that Chris came on in September, so there was a ramp-up period of him getting together. We're working on getting a system together, so it'll hopefully be, we don't want to be up against the end of the year either, so we'll work on getting it earlier, and it'll start to be consistent year after year.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bernie. Okay, so moving on in record time. We have the underground sales. We did the annual license renewals, we did gift acceptance, we have no proclamations. Do any members have any items? There were none sent in. No member items. For town manager items, Ms. Jacobson.
Through the chair, I respectfully request the board's authorization to file, accept, and expend funds on 2 different grants. And I see on A, the Student Awareness of Fire Education, which is a SAFE grant. I see our fire chief is here, and I wasn't sure if you wanted to speak to it, Chief?
Good evening. Thank you very much. Yes, I'd be looking for you to approve this evening to allow the Fire Rescue Department to expend the funds that we have received in the amount of $7,704 from the Executive Office of Public Safety for the Student and Senior Awareness of Fire Education Grant. 2 weeks ago when I was here talking to you about the Bureau of Community Risk Reduction, we talked about many of the programs that this grant funds. So we are looking forward to the acceptance so we can begin some of these programs in the new year.
Are there any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion to vote to authorize and expend the grants of the Student Awareness Fire Education and the Senior Education.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted.
And thank you, Chief,
Chief.
well done.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
And Chief, before you go, I just want to congratulate you and your department and on a very successful event on Saturday. I understand that you played host to Santa and you toured the town and delighted many, many of the children in town, even with the obstacles that you had of accidents and calls. You still managed to get throughout the town and even to hold off the Grinch who tried to steal Christmas. So it was it was a wonderful event. We heard many positive things, and thank you for keeping up that tradition.
You're very welcome. If I may, through the chair. Yes, it was another successful year. It took us, and again, there were some challenges throughout the day. It took us about 10 hours and 45 minutes to do the tour this year. So it was a long day. I do want to apologize to the residents on Hill Street. That was the only street that we were not able to get to this year because we did have a serious car accident on Route 20 right about the same time that we were trying to navigate the Hill Street. So unfortunately, we were not able to get there. As I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, when I announced the Santa Tour, I had stated that Santa was going to be on Twitter and have a social media presence this year, and that really couldn't have worked out better. It was outstanding. As you can imagine, Mr. Holstrom can attest, on the day of the Santa Tour, the fire department is usually flooded with phone calls from residents trying to find out where Santa is and whether or not we're on schedule. And those calls were cut down. We probably received about a quarter of the calls that we normally receive. So the social media presence, I think, was huge. The residents were engaged all day, posting, where Santa was. They were sharing the photos, so it was outstanding. So it was another successful day. Next year will be our 60th, and we're looking forward, not that I want to rush the new year, but we are looking forward to the 60th as well, with hopefully some new exciting additions.
And I had also read that you're looking for residents to send in any photos that they may have?
We are, yeah. We did post that on our Facebook and Twitter account, so if there are any residents out there that took photos of the event with their families, they're welcome to email those to, I'm not going to give the email address. They can go to our website at auburnmassfire.org, click on the Santa Tour link, and the email address is there. It'll probably be easier than me saying it.
Yeah, they're so much fun to
but
look
they can
at.
find it on there. So, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And Ms. Jacobson, the second item.
Through the chair, the second item is, again, a request to have the board authorize us to apply for and accept grant funds through the, the name of the program is the Customer Service in a Digital Age Grant, which is from the Library Services and Technology Act, and it's actually all done through the Mass Board of Library Commissioners. And basically, the grant is to be used, it is $10,000. I'm just reading a note from our library director, and it is to provide technical and consulting assistance to those at the library to help them teach people who go into the library how to use certain technology in the library. So it's, more and more people are looking, library users are looking to the staff for assistance in some of the technology. So this would benefit our residents and benefit the library staff as well. So it is a grant for $10,000. There is no local match required.
Are there any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we authorize the grant and accept the funds from the Customer Service and a Digital Age Grant from the Library Services and Technology Act, $10,000.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. Did you have anything else?
I do have one more thing, it's not on there, it's just a reminder. The holiday tree drop-off for Auburn residents, is good timing to have this. This is on our website, and we've been posting it throughout public places, but just a reminder. The holiday tree drop-off is at the DPW brush pile yard from December 26th, so the day after Christmas, through January 5th. And if the hours of operation are posted, but I'll mention them, it is Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. during that period, so between December 26th and January 5th. If residents already have a sticker and are already permitted, there's no cost. For residents who do not have a brush pile sticker, the fee would be $5.
Okay.
Any questions, you can contact the DPW.
Excellent, thank you. And did you have anything else?
I do not.
Okay, thank you. We have no tabled items. Is there any public comment? Being none, we have the minutes of April 29th and May 7th, 2013. If there are no corrections or omissions, the chair will accept them as written. Hearing none, the chair will accept them as written. Is there anything else?
Yes, I'd like to wish anyone and everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And I will echo your sentiments. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, family, friends, and check in on your neighbors who are alone. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? We are adjourned.
Thank you, good night.